Craig Dostie here with another Dostie's View, and I'm here with Scotty McGee. I've been spending the last week here in the Tetons, making some tele-turns and some nice fat pow-pow. It's been very good.
Great conditions.
First week in January, and what did we get? Something like 18 inches, I think, in 3 or 4 days. More. Okay. So it was a really good time to tele because I didn't have to work hard to make it knee deep. And when I did work hard to make it knee deep, it was waist deep. So you gotta love that, right?
Was it waist deep or way steep?
Both. Anyway, we wanted to share some clips on improving your technique for Telemark, because tele's one of those turns that it's not the same old. It's constantly changing, evolving. And I mean, I've been telemarking, well, you've been telemarking since what, you said 82?
82.
And I've been telemarking since 86, and I feel like I'm still learning and I'm still adapting. So what we wanted to do is do some clips, show you some clips that hopefully you can learn from these clips with Scotty's commentary, and you can adapt this stuff to your quiver of tools.
Yeah.
Here we are in clip 8 under the gondola line on Lower Ranger Woods. You could call these slow as you can go, medium bump turns, bumps with light powder on them. And in here I'm trying to come up to the top of a bump and slowly pivot my skis, nothing too rushed in here. In order to do this, critical element is being able to flatten the skis so that they pivot easily to initiate each turn. So in these turns, I call this the anti-wedge, and the goal is to keep the tips further apart than the feet throughout the turn. Maybe you could call this a cowboy turn. You can also see that my knees are further apart than my feet, and it really emphasizes the edge release and the steering of the old outside ski into the new turn by flattening. So it's really hard to ski an old outside ski into the new turn while it's still on edge, and the cowboy stance or the tips apart really encourage flattening of the ski to release the ski from the turn, allowing it to turn downhill. And while this looks a little awkward and it feels really funny when you do it, it's a great way to tune into how we let go of an edge that's keeping us into a turn to start the next turn. In my first couple of turns, I'm a little bit bouncy as I feel the snow, which is a little bit of wind buff on top of groomer. In these turns, I have a slower pulse swing that matches the turn size and shape. At the same time, I'm trying to keep my hands in front of me, quiet, where I can see them, and swinging the pole from the wrist. Since we can easily see the skis in this clip, you might also note that the skis flatten right in between turns as I'm halfway through my lead change, making the lead change and the edge change at the same time. These turns are in lower broken goggle. The wind buff is still a major factor. My center mass is behind my feet again to keep the tips up, and I'm also pretty focused on keeping the skiing pretty fall line, as in I don't let my skis point across the hill very much. To do so, I keep the rhythm going. As soon as I'm in one turn, I'm ready and moving out of it to get in the next.
So those were really good insights on retraction and that sort of thing. So what's your general advice for folks?
Yeah, so if you go out and try to ski differently, it's going to feel weird. If it feels weird, that's probably a good sign. Something's working. And if you can get a video of yourself, have a friend, to have a cue look for, whether it's your skis are staying or a stance, or you're popping up or you're not popping up, whatever it is you're trying to do. You can see light under your arms. Those kinds of things are what are going to help you change your skiing. Not necessarily change it forever, but having different ways to ski is really helpful when you get into different situations in skiing. The bumps, the trees, the steeps. You want to have different ways to ski, not just one way. So I don't look at it as skiing right. It's more about being able to change your approach in a given situation.
Yeah, and I find with Telly, I can't always turn the same way because the conditions are different. I mean, if it's breaking fast, I have got to adapt my style. If it's firm, I've got to adapt my style. If it's steep, I got to change the way I'm doing things.
And then there's the different kind of play, like can I make a really skiddy turn? Can I make a really carvy turn? And so keep mixing it up, keep having fun, take the focus, stick with it for a while, come back to it after a break, and let that integrate into the rest of your skiing.
All right, thanks for watching. Remember, if you're going to spread Telemark, you've got to drop an E.